Hey guys, it's Carrie. Welcome to the garage. How's it going? Woo! It's hot. 99 today, and it's only 2, so it's gonna get hotter. We're gonna make a journal. I have prepped a lot of stuff for it already because I didn't want to fiddle around with it while you guys were on camera, because then you guys would stop watching. So, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Alright, so, kind of have a sunflowery, want a sunflowery scene, and I'm going to take a page out of Lydia over at February and June. Kind of a collage-y look, and so I've pulled some things that I want to use and I don't know how I want to use them, and so I'm going to slap them down and then we'll see how it goes. I have some sunflowers as focal points, so I need to get them on there as well, focal points. But I don't know how I want to do the rest of the background. I really like this Hope is a Small Rebellion thing. I think that could go right up at the top. See how pretty those are? Like, that's going to cover everything that I just put down here. If I put that on the front. But I have lots of sunflower pictures, so I don't know which ones I want to use. But I just have all this filler. You know, I have this, which is gorgeous. These are not sunflowers, but they're flowers. This is fun. But I think I am going to not use this one because, I don't know, it's a little pink. I mean, not that I'm against pink necessarily, but, you know, maybe I'll send it to Allison because we know her favorite color is pink. Just kidding, Allison. And then I have this ginormous one, which, you know, could be fun for the back, but I really think this one's gonna win on the front. Maybe we could do that. I don't really want that there then. Rawr. Wow. You guys know the drill, right? It's Fumble City until you figure it out. Let's see. So if I do that, then I will want something down here. Like that. We'll find something for the middle. Something like that, and then I thought maybe those flowers up here and this in the middle, and then look what I found. Somebody sent it to me in one of my pocket letters, but I thought that was perfect. That actually looks pretty cute. I don't know, that's so off from the colors on the front. Does it really matter? Because that's so cool looking. I actually kind of like that. And then I have this big drippy thing. This might look good like right down the middle. So I think I can remember how I had this. If I just put it, move this big one out of the way. If I put this right down the middle. Because we got some nice yellow. It's drippy. And I'll cover that up with whatever. Yeah, let's go for that. We'll just start, because if I don't start, then I'll hem-haw around. And I have this. I think I'm going to put it on the back. It's like a pool floaty, but it's an ice cream. And it's been so hot that we have to have an ice cream on our page somehow, some way. Alright, let's put these here. And then this here. Ooh, look at the blueberries. Ooh. I don't think that would fit the vibe. But it kind of does, doesn't it? Okay, hold on. Now I have to put things back. Just for a minute. Bear with. Okay, we have that. Let's do that first. I mean, they're not all gonna show, but... And then this kind of goes right in the middle. Alright, right in the middle. That can go up here, but under. And then this down here. Oh, you know what? Is that gonna cover August if I... Yeah, it will. Unless I move it up more. But I don't know that I really want that tucked under. No, I really don't. I'm gonna put it on top. I actually like that with the blueberries better. Yeah, the blueberries win. Okay. See what happens? See what happens? It's crazy. I'm gonna blame all this on Lydia because she's the one that got us all, well, not all of us, but a lot of us doing collage stuff. And it's not a new concept. We all know that. Right? We all know that collaging is not a new concept. I think I'm just gonna put the glue on here because I know that I want it to go on the bottom. Okay. I don't know how far over it needs to be, but somewhere around in there. Let's get the middle good. And I think I'm gonna do the packing tape trick that she does as well. So, oh, I almost did it. Did you see that? I'm gonna come off the page down at the bottom, I think. Yeah. Like that. Okay, love that. Let's go ahead and clip off this. So this really isn't a tutorial, but on how to make a journal necessarily, but I'll kind of give you the tips and tricks along the way. So this is a composition notebook that I cut down to 9 1/4 by 6 1/4. That way I will have, ooh, I didn't get that all the way to the edge, but you know what? I don't care. Oh, wow, I shouldn't have folded that yet. Ooh. Let's see, can we do anything about that? Yes, we can. Okay. I shouldn't have folded it until the glue dried because then you get that big bubble. So, okay, let's try that again. Whoop. Slip sliding away. Alright, now let's go ahead and put the front together and then we'll do the back because I kind of had an idea for my front that I liked, and we'll just get it done. Okay. Let's go August and that go on last. So this is gonna go right up here. You know what? I think I might trim it just a hair. It's got a little white edge to it, and I'm gonna get rid of it. Just a smidge. Alright. That should be alright. Yeah. And I'll do the same thing. It's just easier to put it on here than... Whoops. What am I doing? Ugh. Smear glue everywhere. I mean, that's the whole point, right? So how we doing? Anyway, are we good? Alright, let's see if I can do a little better job getting this up to the top this time. Get up there. Get up there. There we go. That's good. Then I don't need as much of this, so I could put it... Where's my... Let's see. Because that's going to go... That's the fold right there, so this needs to go about right there. Actually, I do want it to come over. I want... What did I do? Oh, I know what I could... Well, that's not gonna... No, that's not gonna cover everything. Wow. Now I don't know about this piece. Let's see, what can we do here? I got more stuffs, right? More things. I like those colors with that. I'm just piddling here. Pretty much gonna lose the blueberries anyway, aren't we? At least on the front, but I don't really want to. So I could technically just let that do that and that. And that's... Oh, see, I had this further over. Trying to decide if I want it in the front or in the back. Alright, let's stare at it for a second and put the lid on my glue and get a drink of water. I think once it's cut down, it'll look good. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Alright, so this needs to go in this little corner. Right here, we'll overlap it just a hair so that we get good coverage. Hope you guys are staying cool because it is ridiculous around here. Oh, I was gonna overlap that too, wasn't I? Yep, I was. There we go. And then this one's gonna go up there. Okay. Yeah. Like that. Okay, and then it was this. Okay, now I kind of want to fold it. We're gonna be alright if I fold it. Just so I can see right where I want that. Like right there and I'm gonna need to cut that off so that I can see. So we'll do that real quick like. So anyway, this was a standard composition notebook that I took the papers out of. This was a graph paper one, and I'm going to use some of the graph paper in the actual journal. And my pages, so this is 9.25 by 6 1/4, and then my pages are cut to 9x6. Alright, let's get this on here. Let me see again, because I do want that just right on the corner. Just like that. Yeah. Yeah, I really like that. Ooh, I don't know what fell. Okay, let's get this one down. And then here in just a bit, I'll show you how to sew it in. Sew it together. It's very, very easy to do. Before I commit, let's do this one more time. Yeah, I think that's perfect. And then this, we can call it, what in the world is going on with my papers here? Ugh. My AC is kind of blowing things around. But I'm going to put up with it because I want it blowing on me and blowing cold. Alright, August with its little lemons. So cute. I know I got it in a pocket letter. I just don't remember which pocket letter. Oh, that's adorable. I love it. Oh, I didn't get it on there very straight. It's okay. If you've been around for a while, you know I don't do anything straight. Okay. So now we're going to work on the back. And let's see. I think I want to use these guys, but I think I kind of want to cut around them, rough cut. So we're gonna need like background, but not quite that much background. So we'll do the same thing that we did over here, which was, oh, I'm even not, probably not even frame. We'll put it over. Then I think I'm gonna put this on there. Probably. Then I'm going to cut around those. So let's do that real quick. Do I want this or do I want this? I really like this. And I wanted to use it. Could do something like that. Let's cut around these real quick. Not fussy cut by any means. Just around them. Leave some of that background, a little tiny bit of that background. I'm kind of doing it wavy, just so it's not complete straight cut. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So this video will probably come out on Friday. I have some videos that I want to drop before that. Oh yeah. Oh no, that's way too far over. Hello. Yeah, something like that. And then do we want this on here? I don't think so. I think it's gonna get dropped. Maybe it can go on the inside cover. That'll be fine. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. So this piece will go on first. Up here. Let's see, what do I have to, what stories do I have? Do I have any stories? I don't think so. Not really. Just been sweating. And not to the oldies. Well, a little bit. We danced around the living room this morning to music while we cleaned. That was kind of fun. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna go about here, I think. Oh, I think I'm out of frame again. I will get there. Somewhere right around in there, like that. Oof. Sticky fingers, sticky glue, which is a good thing. That's what we want it to do. We want it to stick, right? Okay, I'm gonna kind of butt it up here because I want. Oof, maybe. Come on, let go, let go, let go. Something like that. I think I may have gone a little far over here. That'll do. It's alright. Okay, again, I want to cut it off so that I can see where I'm putting things. Okay. That and that. Get rid of these. Yeah, I'm actually kind of digging this. It's a little eclectic, and you know me, I love eclectic. It's fun. Yeah, that right down there. I have this little sunflower that needs to live somewhere. Maybe here. Yeah, I think it needs to live right there. And so I'm going to do it before I change my mind or forget or lose it. You know, all the things that could potentially go wrong. Ta-da! Okay, now let's get this glued down real quick like. This is one of my favorite things to do, is make journals. Love prepping for a new month. You know. Of course, this year is blowing by, isn't it? I mean, it's August. It's crazy. Craziness. Okay, and now before I do actually, I will do the taping first. I'll do a couple of strips with you guys, and then I'll pause and do the rest. That way this video isn't 1 million miles long. Let's see where my packing tape is. There's some right here. Sorry for the reach. I'm not sure where my other one is. It's probably there. This one's a brand new one. It's around. Okay. Let's get this started here. Easy peasy. Alright. So, I'm going to grab my little doohickey here. How did I want to do that? Probably like that. Okay. But the reason why I did that is so that I could go sideways. I knew that. My cutting mat is not big enough, so what we're going to do here, we're going to step back and punt. We're going to take this off. It's pretty well doodled up and can be now used for tags, things like that. I'm going to just set it down here, I guess. Okay, there we go. Ooh, this is pretty grungy. I wouldn't know how my desk gets dirty. Would you? Alright, now what did I do with it? There it is. Okay. Sorry about that. We'll try this again. I don't need this now. Okay. We're going to go this way, just so And I'm just going to go over the edge a bit. And cut it off. And just continue along until I get to the bottom of the journal. So like I said, I am going to pause you guys and do this so that the video isn't a million miles long, because we still gotta bind it, but it's looking pretty cool. I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so now I have the tape on there. You can see that it's shiny and it has bubbles, but don't care because it just gives it character. So now for the inside, I am going to use these from the papers that I made because I just love them, and they'll be great. So let's get them down. Now I do kind of want this under here just for the edges. So you can see the tape underneath where I folded it over. I mostly just want to get the edges really good. The middle is good. Alright, let's see. I think that's more of the straight edge. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. And it's a little bumpy from the tape underneath. Just gives it character, right? Okay, now this side. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, and then we'll be able to bind it. Whoop, wibble wibble. There's a big bubble right there. But again, doesn't really matter. I'm probably going to put a pocket down here anyway, because that's how I roll. Okay, there's the lid. This glue stick's about done anyway. Let's see, okay. We're going to have to use this side, otherwise it'll be upside down. So we're just going to go just like that. There we go. Fun. Alright, and then we will trim it up, and then we'll bind our signature in, which will be pretty easy peasy because it's ready to go. I wanted to have everything ready. Otherwise, this video would have been a million miles long, and I like to keep mine at about 45 minutes. We might run over that a little, but we'll see. I don't know why we're not cutting. Probably because there's glue on there. That's alright. Okay. There we go. We're going to be doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Nice and simple. I think I'm cutting all of my tape up there. But again, it's all right. Nobody is gonna get hurt in the process. The The journal police are not going to show up. I was watching a live last night, BMA's Crafty Corner, and we were talking about the journal police. People being all picky about what certain oh, that looks really cool. What certain types of journals are called, and you can't call this a junk journal, and you can't call it. And I was like, I wonder how much the journal police get paid, because I want that job. Right? I mean, if the bubbles are driving you crazy, like that one specifically is, then you can use your bone folder and usually get them to move around a little. Not a lot, but a little. I really don't mind them, like I said, but that one is just kind of glaring. So, yeah, if you don't want bubbles, just, you know, you're going to have to be a little more careful when you're putting the tape down. Okay, let's get the, here's my signature, and I need to kind of get it, it's in here, like, you know, pretty much how I want it, but I need for like this page to come up just a bit, like that, and then, see, here's some of that graph paper from the comp book, and then we have that paper, which is scrapbook paper, comp paper, a map that needs to come down a little bit, looks like, and then this guy needs to come up, now down just a hair. I'm just trying to kind of center them ish. We are not measuring a thing here, we are eyeballing it. If it looks goodish to my eyeball, then that's what we're going with. Okay. I think we're doing all right here. Yeah. And then that one. And then my center one is this fun piece. I know how to talk. Uh-oh. What happened here? Did we get wackadoo? A little bit. That's okay. Then you just kind of pack everything together. Squish it. And see, if you don't like this hanging off, you can always trim it. I don't mind. And that's part of the reason why I make the journal just a little bit bigger than the paper, is so it sits nicely inside. So now I'm going to find my center, and I'm going to tuck everything nice and neat, give it a little tap for good measure. And then I'm going to clip it, just so everything kind of stays right where we have it. There we go. I like to clip all 4 sides and keep it kind of folded up, because you don't want those pages in the center coming up. Some people take a ruler. Where's my... Okay, well, we'll just grab... Oh, I grabbed 2. Great, okay. Some people grab a ruler and kind of mush that stuff down in there. Which, this is looking a little crooked. This side is. There we go. That's better. Like I said, no perfection necessary. Let's pull that down here, and this one down here, because I got to be able to get my hand in there for the awl. Okay, make sure we have our papers in correctly, not incorrectly, inside correctly. That's the word I'm looking for. Let's get our box of goodies, and oh, that is very Christmassy. I don't want Christmassy. I don't want that color either. Let's do this one. I don't want to open it yet. It's kind of that cream color. I just think it'll look nice. I'm glad we went with the blueberries. Those look very refreshing. Oh, I forgot to write 2026 on there. I'm gonna have to do it. Something else, I guess. Okay. Got my thread. Got my giant needles. Got my giant pokey tool. This is where you want to be careful. You do not want to pokey tool yourself. This thing is really sharp. So what I do is I find the center-ish of the book. You hear that? Center-ish. We're not measuring. I just eyeball it. And then I poke my pokey tool through. See, this is the center of the book right here. My hand is down here because I do not want to pokey tool myself. Now that I've got it to go through, we got a lot of paper, we got a lot of tape, we got a lot of stuff going on here. So we want to wiggle that thing around so that the hole stays nice and open. And sometimes I like to run it back through the other way, and I'm just going to peek. Yep, it went through the papers the correct way, and I'm going to do the same thing out here. I'm just going to give it a little wiggle. Alright, now I'm going to go about a thumbnail up from the bottom, roughly, again, and keep my hand out of the way, and push, 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 push. Okay, and again we are wiggle, 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 wiggle. Give myself plenty of room for that needle to, the sewing needle to work through. And again, I'm going to come in here. Yep, it's in there. And give it a wiggle. Okay, so now we have two holes. Now I'm going to do about the same width from the bottom, from the top. Close it up. Push it through. Good wiggles. And then I'm going to go back through. Just check it. Yep. Keep my finger out of the way in there. Give it a nice wiggle. Okay. Now we'll put the very sharp awl back at where it goes and get out the needle. I just have these gigantic needles, got them off of Amazon. And then this is waxed thread. You don't have to have waxed thread. I use what's that called? Embroidery thread most of the time. But alright, so you need about 3 lengths of your book in thread. That's 2, that's 3, and I always give myself some extra. And then find the needle and thread the needle just like that. Okay, I like to have my strings on the inside of the book, so you will start with the inside hole. Okay, pull it through, leave yourself a tail on the inside. See the tail? You want to make sure you have a tail. You don't want to pull it through. Okay, then you can pick top hole or bottom hole. I'm just going to go to the bottom hole. Alright, go through, pull it. You don't have to pull real tight. See how it's on the outside there? Okay, now you're going to go all the way up to the top hole on the inside though. Okay, you still got your tail here. Going to go through that hole there, pull it. Okay, see how we got this in here now? And then you're going to go back through this hole and try not to split that string that's right there. Okay, So we did not split the string, it doesn't look like, which is nice. Okay, now I've got the needle off, and I'm going to go ahead and take off my clips because we want to get this nice and snug in here. Now, you want one string on one side of this string that's in the middle and one string on the other side. And then you're going to pull tightly. And you're going to check your outside to see if it's tight. I was able to pull that a little bit, so let's see, I'll pull that. You don't want to pull too hard because you don't want to split your entire journal. So see how much extra I have? I have a lot extra. So I'd much rather have extra than not enough. So then you're just going to tie that in a knot. Two or three or however you want to do it. Whatever, for good measure. Okay, and then I like to have some dangles, but I just don't want them to hang outside my book, so I do it like that, and then they just kind of hang out. And then we have a nicely sewn in signature. Yep, love it. Okay, and then I could take, oops, that's extra. I could take, you know, a piece of the paper, extra paper that I used to make a pocket here, which is likely what I'll do. Which I think I'll use that color right there because that looks really good. So I'll just stick that in there. I'm not going to do that right now, but that is my August journal, you guys. And again, one thing that I didn't mention is that if you are doing a creative daily journal, you need 16 pieces of paper to make it possible to have 31 days. All right. So anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I always have a good time with you guys. So much fun. Yeah, so if you liked the video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe because I do love all my subbies, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.